I'm coming in loud and clear. Might hear me on the radio.
Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. The good folks over at XHDATA were kind enough to send me their new entry-level pocket radio that's still a shortwave, so that's really cool. It's the D220 FM 1 and 2 midwave, and shortwave has 4 bands. It's very compact. So immediately when I saw this, when they contacted me, I thought, wow, that is, oh wow, yeah, that is the size of this. Oh my gosh, it's almost identical. So here's an old 60s Panasonic AM receiver, and look at that. Talk about technological changes, huh? That is incredible. Cool. All right. Well, let's take a look at this thing here. The XHDATA. And so on this side, we do have an earbud, you know. And then we also have over here our main switch from FM1, FM2, midwave, and shortwave. And then we have our on-off volume and our rotating dial here. And on top, nice antenna, not very tall. I thought that might go farther up, but still pretty darn cool that it came with one. That'll definitely help with reception. It does have a carrying strap, which thankfully is already mounted. I have a hard time putting these on lately. I don't know why that is. And then this is also cool. We have a kickstand. So they really put some thought into this for sure. I appreciate the fact that it's not just, you know, I mean, it really captures the feel of the pocket radio from the 60s. I collect those. I have probably a dozen, so I know what they look like, what they feel like, and this one's right up in that alley here. It does take 2 regular AA batteries, and I'm going to have to snag those out of something else. Perhaps the Panasonic. We'll see here if that might be a 9-volt. Oh no, actually, we're good to go. So we'll install those, and we'll take it over, and you can see the little light come on. Little light telling you it's on. Cool. So we'll take it, we'll get the camera closer in here, we'll go through this, we'll see if we can find some stations, and that'll do it. Let's do it. All right, I've got this on the bench here, so you might be a little harder to hear me, but I wanted you to be able to hear the radio a little better than you hear me. Let's start off with FM. We're going to roll it all the way back. We'll turn this on. Now I've just got the stock antenna extended on it. Can't stop on that. So
actors,
there we go.
Fine actors, good actors. I'm never in awe in our profession. I'm in awe of musicians or painters. But I was impressed, and he was.
So, audio-wise, I would say it's not meant for listening to music. It's a little tinny, if I'm going to be honest. But for voice, I can hear that beautifully.
And it was very cold, and he was always giving me a jacket to put over my shoulders.
Cool. Okay. Well, I don't want to get any copyright strikes, so I'm going to move off of that, and we're going to move over to midwave. I'm going to roll this back. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know that on midwave, reception here at the house is terrible. It is not uncommon for any radio that I review to pick up 0, but we'll give it a shot. Hey, I got something. Hard to make out what it is, but we are picking up a station. That's a surprise, and a pleasant one, I would say. Okay, so AM reception, I'm gonna say it's a mixed bag. It's picking up a lot of interference that other radios up here don't. That could be that it's just an extremely sensitive receiver, or it could be, I don't know what it could be. You can give me your best guess here in the comments section. But it did pick up a station, and only about a quarter, maybe less than a quarter of the radios that I review are able to successfully pick up an AM radio station up here during the daytime. Of course, nighttime with clear channels is totally different. All right, I'm going to move it over to shortwave. We're going to start at the bottom of the band, and we're going to see if we can pick up anything. WBCQ, WRMI, any of the big ones.
At the Davos gathering of the
Well, I'll be.
Economic Forum every single year. It is John Kerry who said that the inauguration of Joe Biden advanced or catapulted the...
That is a beautifully clear station. I'm guessing that is WBCQ. So one thing I will say about this, because it's so compact, you've got the whole spread here from 5.6 to 22. Really hard to know where you're at in the band, roughly. I would say it's closer to the 8, so it probably is WBCQ, but it is coming in pretty darn good.
The kids don't vote. The kids don't have a D or an R or anything else behind their name. Their children.
Cool, I'm going to move along.
And you and I, as parents, have...
So there's another station. I can kind of make it out. It's right near the noise floor, but it is coming in, so I would say the reception is pretty good on this, considering I have no external antenna hooked up to it. Let's keep going. Wow. Very clear. Okay, well that's it. That's the band scan. So not bad reception at all, considering, right? We got a pretty small radio here with a pretty small antenna here, and we have a really hard to manipulate band scan because I probably skipped over some of the many frequencies that are out there just because, moving even really slowly, it's easy to go past something. That being said, like, it picked up quite a few stations pretty clearly. And that's during the daytime, which, sometimes shortwave around here is much better at night. So, impressed. I like it overall. I mean, this is what I call a glove box radio. You throw this thing in your glove box if a emergency happens, if your car dies, or if there's something that happens, especially if you're traveling and you need information, you need it now. This is a great way to get it. Something like this. Take it to the beach. Throw it in the boat. I had the realistic flavor radio that I had, and a little Panasonic AM only. Those were my boat radios. I throw them in a boat. And if I was out there fishing when I was younger, turn it on the local AM station when I could get one, and enjoy, getting news as it came in. For that, I feel like this radio is worth the few bucks that it costs to get. It's just a throwback to a simpler time, and it's a functional throwback. The problem with these older radios is that they're getting on. I mean, this Panasonic, it's what is that, RP30? I mean, they're roughly the same size, roughly the same thickness. It's only AM. And does it work? Yeah, but it doesn't work as good as it did when it was new out of the box. So for that reason alone, if you, it's not a bad idea to have something like this around. But if you could pick up something brand new that is going to, just made and it's going to last a long time, probably not a bad idea to have it. Anyway, that'll do it for today. I'll leave a link to where you can pick one of these up. They're pretty cool. They do come in other colors, kind of like the Radio Shack flavor radios of the 80s and 90s and 70s. Until next time, my friends, I'll see you. Take care.